My name is Amir Zainorin. I was born in Malaysia, in Muar, Johor. I grew up also in Malaysia, in different parts of Malaysia actually. Johor, Muar, and Kota Baru, and then went to high school in Malacca. Then I went to Ipoh to further my studies at Polytechnic in Kuala. Then I worked for a bank for a couple of years in Kuala Lumpur. After that, I left to America to further my studies, and I came back in Malaysia in 1990, and I got a job in advertising. And when I quit my job, I met Jerry Azahari, who is a Malaysian pop artist. He's also known as a Malaysian father of pop art. And he sort of like inspired me to start making art. This whole project started when I co-curated the Venice Biennale, and one of the participating artists was Fadli or Kapallorek, and so I got in touch with Fadli to come over to visit his place and to see what he's doing. And when I saw the space, I fell in love with the space. So I guess you can say that it started from there. And then, we started to to plan for the exhibition, started to seek for funding. And at the same time, a few months before that, I met Anna Cuomo, curator from Italy. We met in Jakarta, at Guru School of Jakarta, and then we started to talk about the possibility of working together. And now here it is. It's happening.
Hello, I'm Anna. I come from Italy, and I'm here in Seri Skandar. That was a surprise in a way, because Kapallorek Art Space, it's an amazing place. It's really open to new productions, and also is really open to welcome people and let people do what they have in mind. I think that this is really important to develop a good program, and I think that Fadli Sabran completely does it. And I'm here because actually in 2023 I met Amir Zainorin in Jakarta at Good School, the space run by Ron Grupa, where there are also Seri Graphic Kuruara and Serum, the other two collectives. And it was a really nice moment because Amir was finishing his residency program, and I was there in that period doing this residency for my PhD to conclude my PhD degree thesis. And there one night I decided to have an exhibition that could be like a very quick and small thing, only to represent the work that he has produced in that period. And I was there, and I said, let's do it, I will curate it. And also in that case, all the staff in Good School was really helpful. So we made up this exhibition in 3 hours. And after that, we said, okay, for the next appointment, we should be together and build something together. Because actually it was really, I think, useful for the both of us being in another country that was related to Amir. provenance, because it was in Indonesia and it came from Malaysia, but as well I have somebody that was coming from my same world to confront myself with. So it was really useful because I also have a double perspective on what I was like living as a temporary expat, but also had a point of view that was from somebody that has the true point of view. Of views. So our friendship started like in that moment, and when he told me that he was invited by Kapallorek to have an exhibition, he called me and said, okay, we have to continue that project and be together in this adventure.
In Between the Worlds is the title is the exhibition is more focused on the state of being in two different countries actually. So for me, it's like I'm a born Malaysian, but right now I'm been living in Denmark for the past 20 years. So I have been able to like experience two different cultures, and at the same time have a small family. I'm married to a Danish woman and have a couple of kids. So I guess it's also started from when I started to move to Denmark. This feeling of being migration and living in another country and learning new cultures and so on. So it has been like a gradual process of living in another place. So the work more on like identity and more about looking inside, looking at my roots, my own history, the country's history. So I was beginning to like be more interested in that rather than before. It was more on pop cultures because I was influenced by pop artists.
And so here we made the Stateless Mind Pavilion, and the exhibition itself is called In Between Worlds, because Amir has a kind of like a double life and double soul. A part is deeply rooted in his Malaysian heritage, and also in the part that he never experienced in a proper way. So his Chinese part, because his mom was adopted by her mom was adopted by a Malay family, but she was Chinese. So I think that is something that is still present in his work, also if he's never experienced that part of his identity. And also the other part of the identity is completely Western, because he lived in the US for 5 years, then he moved and he lives in Denmark for 21 years. So there are like several elements in his life path that has finally contributed to create what he is as an artist. And I think that with this exhibition and with the idea of the Stateless Mind Pavilion is like declaring that he has no state for an open mind. So is incorporating in the show a lot of different sources of research, starting from a big beautiful piece that is the new production of this compound that has no skin on the top but X-ray, and he collected this X-ray from family and friends from Malaysia that he didn't met from a lot of time. So it was also a way to be connected with the people that represented something for him, and also the tradition that is behind the object itself, the compact, come from his personal experience, because his father was a Gazlan player. So this work is really simple. Also in the display you have only this light box with the works on it, with like this 3D compound on it, but finally you are able to perceive from one part this kind of sense of tradition, and the compound has also 3 different colors, blue, yellow, and red, that represent the Malaysian flag. But when you look at them closer, you can see that there are a kind of collection of X-ray, and X-ray is something that is really intimate from a point of view. So you are like showing and also telling a story that is really, really rooted in what a single person is, by allowing the public to play the work of art.
This compound, actually, I was the first time I saw it was when I was growing up and going to weddings, and it's like a typical Malay thing to have, like people playing the compound. Yeah, so partly it was also because of that, I think, that urge to have this to get it done.
So there is a concept of sharing that is really strong in this work, and as well is in connection with the other work that is the more traditional, that is the one realized with Ronnie Bari, an indigenous indigenous artist from Semai community. And the work is really simple, but they were experimenting a very old technique, because they are making this sheet of paper that are not paper but made with pandanus leaves and mounted on a specific bark, decorated with the hematite, that is also another material that was really used by the Semai community. But the use of language and the way these sheets are like with the text or simple image by both of the artists is really related to the concept of using the language to see simple but really but words that become a statement, as the simple work mounted on a black box, where on a map I say no idea. That a bit like summarize his idea of art, life, and state, and that like it's related to this stateless mind concept. And at the end, but also the start, another big work that is made up of like different articles I found in the archive of the newspaper published between 1948 and 1961, and this work recall all the history of Malaysia in that period, through the independence moment, through the Singapore and Indonesia struggle to be independent as well. So actually, with a language that is really immediate, but painting himself again all the picture of the news actually is giving his point of view of the moment that in that history becomes something special.
Behind me is assemblage work. Originally it was done with postcards, thousands of postcards. I make portraits of different people. I have this currencies series that I also make. And for this work is two of my children, both my children,
Malika and Ilyas, where all the pictures, where this kind of portrait is composed by photographs that are taken both in Denmark and in Malaysia. So actually, they are the real result of this journey, this life journey. And actually, also their identity is built up by different kind of identity, considering that they are a quarter Malay, a quarter Chinese, and half Vikings.
I think this is a really fantastic space. I think this is, for me as personally, I think this is one of the best place for art as an independent art space in Malaysia, actually. I totally love the building. Looks like a spaceship from outside.
I think that Kapallorek will become a really lighthouse for the culture. I really think that, also because I also said before that the space is amazing, and the way Fadli Sabran welcome people is really something. And also the kind of project he select are really actually interesting, and not like on the same kind of they're like really there is a really diversification of what he choose. And finally, also the area around is really interesting to me, for me, because also this history of teen minds, it's something that I didn't know. And I also visit Kapallorek, and it was like something that actually connect the different histories, and it's something you can think about also in terms of like histories, different histories are developed.
I have a very nice experience living here, and it's a nice space to work, and everything is so close by. It's just right across the road. You can find everything from food to people that have to sew something. Yeah, everything you can find just across the road. No traffic jam, no nothing. So I love it. My hope is that, well, personally for myself, I hope to be able to like further continue working, and also develop more new work after this, perhaps. And he has been like truly inspiring to work both with Fadli of Kapallorek and also with Anna Cuomo. And I think we had and I think most important is that we have the understanding on how to make things work.
Terima kasih dan jumpa lagi.